Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This is Darkthorn the Oracle. Today is a reading specifically for the Divine Feminine. Some messages came through for the Divine Feminine. Also, as you see here, I have some new products in the work that will be dropping soon on my website. So make sure you stay tuned for that. So I have not looked at the cards that were falling out. I have the books here with them today because apparently I will be reading the messages directly from the book for this reading. The only parts I've looked at is the bottom deck's energies for this reading, but we'll start with the cards themselves. So we're going to do this in the order that I drew the cards. So this deck will be first. So Divine Feminines. Message for you. Before we start, let me go ahead and cleanse your energy, as I've already cleansed the deck, the space, and myself. So to ensure your energy is proper and no residuals are brought in, we'll cleanse you as well. All right, I'll set that over here. So let's jump right in here. So the cards that came out today were Triumph of Galatia, Water Elementals, and Madrid Lake. Let me slide these over so they're in full view. So we'll start with Triumph of Galatia, which is number 21. So 21 says, a mythic beauty takes a ride, cross the ocean she doth glide, friends and lover by her side, while I sit and coldly gaze and envy at her carefree ways and make designs to spoil her days. This is a message of being watched, okay? This is a message that someone is keeping an eye on you, okay? And they don't want you to get away from them. They want you to be a forever type of thing for them. This is about you as a Divine Feminine trying to find renewed joy in your life, trying to be carefree, trying to rid yourself of any jealousies and insecurities. But there's somebody watching you that's irritated by your happiness, by how they presume that everything comes to you so easily. So be on the lookout for that. Not everybody around you is here for your benefit. Some people that are around you and that are in your circle are really envious of you and looking up to you and down upon you at the same time. So let's slide over to Water Elementals. Water Elemental says, let me weigh the matter carefully and slowly sift result to even out the balance of the sea. When everyone in harmony, in symmetry, in peace, then everyone can finally be free. This is a message of balance. Everything will become balanced. All the external stressors that are going on right now, unstable relationships, unstable weather, unpredictable climate, all these unpredictabilities, all of these levels of disharmony and unbalance are becoming balanced. They had to be stirred and shaken awake so that changes could be made, and so that the earth could breathe, so that you could breathe, because you're being suffocated for so long. So now you're being asked to set the appropriate boundaries. And the word that I'm really getting here as your overall is release. That's releasing. I think these are your 3 releases right here. So before I go through them, I want to go through this last one, and then I'm going to lay out what those releases are, because there's a 3-fold release here that Spirit is talking about in delivering this message. Number 32, the lake. She looks alluring. home to fairy folk and frogs. Yet beneath the plastic glass lies an enchantress in the bog. She drinks her fill of innocence and sups upon your soul, withering your sense of self until her bowels are full. Beware deception and enchantment is what it says, okay? Beware those around you that make you feel the most vulnerable. Beware those around you that are trying to lead you astray, okay? Beware those around you that make you feel defenseless and question yourself, and dazzle you with these hopes and dreams, but don't come through when it comes to the actual time to deliver. So this one here, Triumph of Galatia, be aware of the people in your circle that you need to release. This is like I said, threefold release. The first one, release those around you in your circles that are not for you. The second, water elementals, release that within you that is no longer serving you. Release your insecurities. Release those needs and feelings of control. Release those needs to be right. Release those needs to always be on top. Release those needs to always be in the center of attention. A lot of that is coming from abandonment, which divine feminines have a lot of issues with abandonment. Those are symptoms of abandonment. Release those people around you that no longer serve you, that are in your circles, that are snakes to you. Release those things inside of you that make you feel insecure, that stray you from your path, and that make you feel like you need this sense of control and don't allow you to do your inner child work. And then lastly, beware deception coming from outside. Release those that are coming into your life, and knowing when to release those people that are coming into your life that don't necessarily have the best interests for you at heart, but seem better than what you've had before. And it's the whole notion of, they didn't do me as bad as the last person, so it's okay. No. Are they still doing things? You see like this snake-like person in the background. They're shifty. Okay? Just because they're not as bad as the last person doesn't mean they're good enough to be with you. Just because they don't do things as horrible as the people that have been in your life does not necessarily mean that they are for you. There is still a responsibility of the people coming into your life anew to be good for you, to be positive for you, to do you right, okay? Don't accept any and everything is what this is trying to get you to understand. You have to release these things and release even new people coming into your life at this time, because even those people might not necessarily be for you and have your best interests at heart, but you have to be willing to do that release. You have to be willing to make that call. And last but not least, the bottom deck energy here. Mermaid picking a lotus blossom. Number 25. And number 25 says, dreams of purest perfection, power to exist in the light. Will I live in this world I imagine, or dwell in my own endless night? Or is a sanctuary waiting, destined to be my abode? Will I catch the wild fever of wanderlust and journey down curious roads? No matter which path I will walk down, whatever I find I must pay. However much pain is required of me, my guides know that I am on my way. This means you are seeking spiritual perfection. This is what the book says. I see this as you're trying to find home. You feel that there's no place that you can feel home and accepted. There's no place that you can go to and get the love that you've been seeking out. You feel let down by those around you. You feel let down by even the people that have left you. There's just this sense of, where is home? Where do you go to find home? You find this flower, you plucked it, it was beautiful, but now what's left? That didn't make you feel better. You thought it would. Well, if I can just pick the flower, then I'll feel better. And a lot of divine feminines, you live in this, if I just could, if I just got here, if I just could do this, but that's not what's making you happy. Because you get there and you get what it is that you think is going to make you happy, and it still doesn't make you happy. You're searching for a sense of home outwardly, but the sense of home comes inwardly. This is an outwardly thing. This flower she picked was outwardly. That sense of home is inward. Okay? Inward. It's an inward feeling. It's an inward place that you're searching for on the outside, in the external. And that is where a lot of this pain is coming from for divine feminines. Now let's step over into the second one. Shadow aspects is what I usually use this deck for. We'll see what comes out here. Number 26, peaceful among thorns. And give me a second, y'all, because you know I'm reading from the book. The spiritual can't solve the material, but it can transcend it. Coexistence of the material and the spiritual is the human way to enlightenment. Okay? We talk too much about spiritual stuff. Spiritual that, spiritual this. Not that the spiritual side isn't important, especially in an age when everything seems reduced to a materialistic drive. But aren't we going too much to the other side? I have a money problem, go spiritual. I have a health problem, go spiritual. I have a love problem, go spiritual. Think of true love and go spiritual. I want to have sex, go spiritual. If we were, see? Confirmation. If we were truly able to solve problems like this, what is spiritual would have been sold in grocery stores. Sometimes to solve money problems, you need money. To solve love problems, you need to fuck. Strange but true. Getting spiritual is not what solves your problems. It is what gives depth to your own solutions. Depth is what you're searching for. Okay? You're searching for depth in your life. Same thing with searching for home. You're searching for something of substance. So you lean too much to either side in this search for substance. You don't, again, with the balance in the previous. This is a confirmation and a ding on the balance. This is paying homage to the balance from the last section. You are looking for balance. That is what you need. You're trying to find this sense of home and this sense of peace that doesn't lie solely in the spiritual world or solely in the material world. There is a balance between the two. A balance, okay? Yin and yang, that balance. Finding a way for both sides to be cohesive and work together for your good. That is what you need to be looking for. Not, I need to go solely spiritual because material isn't working. I need to go solely material because spiritual isn't working. I need to find the happy medium in the middle is what you are looking for. What you need to do in your life. That is what you truly should be lying in and dwelling in and facing right now. But instead you're doing the opposite. You're picking a side. This is not a pick a side moment. This is one of those times that you don't have to pick a side. You can be neutral. Find neutral ground. Envious gluttony. Going to the edge of the ravine, savoring the idea of letting go all restraint. There is a hunger sleeping just under the surface like an animal lurking. This card is not just dark, it is unpleasant. Okay? Do it like this so you can see it. Sickly, disgusting. The difference in the how we feel in front of a vampire is opposed to how we feel in front of withering bugs. It's not an existential darkness that we paint of romance, drama, and subtle anguish. It is raw, primal, reeking of rotting stench. It feels like there is darkness, and in the black landscape there is a hole leading to an even darker darkness, and that is calling. The urge is pressed down every time, played with, toyed with, treated like something that doesn't belong here. It's like rolling in the mud, bringing out the twisted, refreshing feeling of demeaning oneself. The key is that we don't want to recognize the depth of envy and anger. We are casted in out of ourselves. Now it's truly a parasitic monster, impossible to accept as something that came out of ourselves. What if we bring light to the pitch dark as well? What if the scary monster is just a scrawny, starved feeling? What if it's just a little thing? Dark as tar, indeed, but to be worried of it, to be sorry of it, not to be feared. There is a depth of pain and anguish that resides so great in the divine feminine that she refuses to see it and she casts it out as something separate than herself. Again, divine feminine could be a masculine or it could be a feminine. It doesn't matter. Female, male, non-binary. If you identify as divine feminine, there is a pain and an anguish so deep that it has burrowed a hole within yourself that you have cast out as separate than yourself. And you fear it. And you wonder every day, well, what do you mean try? What do you mean let go? What is it that I need to do? How do I do it? You find whatever that hole is, wherever it is, you find that hole and you got to look in there and you got to see what's in it. There's a bunch of stuff that you stuff in there on top of stuff, but buried down deep at the bottom of that is the root cause of the problem. That's why you just put stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff and stuff on top of it. Because even that stuff isn't as bad as that on the bottom. It's like when you have a drawer and you're trying to hide something from other people. So you put it at the bottom of that drawer. You don't put it at the top of that drawer. You put it at the bottom of that drawer. There is something that you have put at the bottom of that drawer that you need to draw to the top right now. It's pushing you to the edge and it's preventing you from letting go of the things that no longer serve you. And it's pushing you to let go of restraint of yourself. There's nothing that you have control over other than yourself. But even that you would like to relinquish rather than dealing with what the real issue is. You are in a stage of darkness and denial. And it's right in your face. Whatever this beast is that you need to tackle, whatever it is that is demeaning you, whatever it is that is diminishing you, whatever this unpleasant thing is, you need to tackle it. For some of you, it's something that needs therapy. You got to go. For some of you, it's something that you just need to voice. You got to let it have a voice. For some of you, it's something you need to cry out. You have to let the tears flow. For some of you, it's something that you just need to feel through. You got to feel it and feel your way through it. You don't get to hide it and push it down anymore because it's literally eating away at you. It's not separate from you. It is a part of you that you need to acknowledge. Many people have not acknowledged you in your life and you refuse to acknowledge this portion of yourself, this part of your being. And it too feels the same way you do when people don't listen to you and when you don't feel heard. It's raging inside of you. Number 5, gilded regret. I feel like living in the past. Please give me 5 more minutes to linger. Memories are like floating underwater, safe, warm, and murky. Yet they held the scent of death. The cage of our memories is the most gilded. Lingering to the past, savoring crumbs and flashes, hints and ifs. But is our sword, however is our shield. We follow the river against the currents to a sea of maybes. We cannot say life is here now. We just say life was here. So that even when the future builds day by day, we still look backwards to memories and possibilities. Options we missed, things we lost, changes we fled. It is like staying in the twilight of conscience, in the blessed state of those 5 minutes between the time the alarm rings and when you actually have to wake up. Like little kids, between the time mom calls and the time we need to wake up and run. But those 5 minutes are taking up too much time. They are the drain of our energies, of our opportunities, of our future. The ifs are now gone. Whatever has been already is, isn't it? You are stuck in dwelling in the past of what could be, of if-onlys, if what-ifs. You're stuck on thinking that if I did something differently, he would have done X, Y, and Z. If he would have just, then maybe I could have this. If she would have this, maybe I could have this. If my mom did this, maybe this would have happened. If my dad did this, maybe this would have happened. If I hadn't gone here, maybe this wouldn't have happened. You cannot dwell in those what ifs, what have beens, what would have beens. What already is. What already has been. But there is still a possibility for what will be and what is now. So you can't be stuck dwelling in the past, having an idealistic view of what would have happened if you or someone else had made a different decision. Because the reality is they did not make a different decision. You didn't make a different decision. The decisions that were made were the decisions that were made then. The decisions that can be made now are the decisions that can be made now, and the decisions that can be made going forward are the decisions that can be made going forward. So do not dwell in the past and what could have been, because there's nothing you can do to change what could have been. There's only things that you can change about what is now and what could be in the future. Bottom of the deck energy is number 21, the legality, bride in the cage. Tomorrow will be the right moment. Tomorrow will be better, even if today is hell. Did we die waiting for the perfect day, or were we never really alive? When we put the good of our life just in our expectations, we can dismiss the present, waiting for the dawn we know will arrive. The future becomes a shopping cart. It needs a bit of this, a bit of that, a few kilograms of that, also a couple boxes of another of this. When we look at it, it shines like a brand new day in a commercial. As it happens with force, with commercials, when the future comes, it's not exactly perfect. That smile you put on is forced. The day is too hot or too cold. The kiss is dry. The lion limps softly and doesn't roar. As long as something is not there, but is pushed further along the timeline, we have the luxury to take it off of reality and treat it as a fantasy. We push forward and we push forward until we actually catch up with our dream. And then we crush. The future should not feel like a cage. Not even a gilded, wonderful, handmade designer cage. The future is a tree, gnarled, rough to the touch, full of flowers only in spring, dense and damp through the rain. Absolutely imperfect. There is nothing perfect about tomorrow. Everything can be perfectly imperfect, because that is the way of life. Life is perfectly imperfect. Be the queen or king of your own world. Live for the present. Like I said, you can make different decisions today that can impact tomorrow. But it's the saying of, why put off today, tomorrow, till tomorrow, what you can do today? Why put that off? If you want a new house, start working on it today. You want a new job? Start working on it today. You want a new spouse? Start working on it today. You want children? Start working on it today. Stop putting everything off till, okay, next week I'll do this. Okay, next year I'll do this. Okay, in 5 years I'll do this. Okay, in 10 years. What about today? What are you going to do today? Why isn't it possible today? Give me 5 good reasons why it's not possible today. And I bet you majority of those things that could be changed in an instant if you would just change your mindset. Don't feel caged by your own future. Don't feel caged by your own present. Don't feel caged by your own past. There's a lot of imagery in these, but all of them resemble cage-like structures. You feel caged by that which you cannot control, instead of working on what you can control. Just release that which you cannot control. This whole reading is a lesson in release. It is a message about release. It is an undertone to release. It is an overtone to release. Release and let go. And let something perfectly imperfect and imperfectly perfect happen for your life. Commitment. Slow and steady in reverse. Follow the leader. Your field of dreams. Talisman in reverse. Just you wait, because I'm pulling out the book on this one too. This whole reading, I'm pulling out the book. Commitment. A true commitment is a responsibility of the heart, mind, body, and soul. This is a good time to make one. Make a commitment to yourself. Make a commitment to your future. You try to only make a commitment in that other person. You know what I'm talking about. You wait for that person so that you can make this commitment. This commitment can be to yourself. Just because there's two hands doesn't mean one of those hands can't be yours as well. Both of those hands can be yours. You have two hands. Partnerships formed at this time are harmonious and powerful. The commitment card also indicates the natural evolution of a relationship from its inception to a literal or metaphorical marriage. Sometimes you were looking for a physical act to happen when it comes to commitment. When commitment can be a spiritual thing, commitment can be a metaphorical thing. Commit to finding a new job. Commit to having a new life. Commit to having a new home. Commit to having that child you've always wanted. Commit to getting that dog. Commit to getting that cat, that snake, whatever it is. Commit. Commit to your dreams. Commit to being better. Commit to a new tomorrow. Slow and steady in reverse, number 12. Slow and steady wins the race, but pushing things forward impulsively will not only prevent success, but potentially cause more trouble than you're prepared to handle it. Stop trying to force people to move on your time. Shit. Stop trying to force things to happen when you want them to happen. And this is not about stuff with you. This is about stuff with other people. Stop trying to force other people into your manifestations and your dreams. Stop trying to force other people to do what it is that you want them to do. Moving too quickly will only yield unripe fruit with bitter taste. Slow down, breathe, meditate. You're not a human doing, you're a human being. Just be. You don't have to be doing something all the time. Be the essence of what it is that you want. Be a successful person. Be a successful business person. Be a successful mom or dad. Be a successful husband or wife. Be a successful boyfriend or girlfriend. Be a successful daughter or son. Be a successful friend. Be successful. Be that. You don't do that. You be that. Be that. Be the greatness that you want to be in the world. You've heard that. Be the change that you want to be in the world. You've heard that. So stop waiting for other people to do things for you, or do things to make you happier about them, or do things to show you that they're a better person. How about you just be the better person that you're looking for other people to be? How about you be the successful business person that you're expecting other people to be? How about you just be? Be happy. Don't wait for happiness to happen to you. Just be happy. Be committed. Be restored. Be renewed. Be happy. Be. Just be. You ever got frustrated with somebody and you just said, let me be. Just let me be. Then be. The world is trying to let you be right now. Just be. God, spirit, source, ancestors is giving you an open opportunity to just be. Figure out what that means for you. Follow the leader, number 40. Every life is a teaching tool for others. Your authenticity and honesty are an example to those around you. You're being called to lead others by example. Your wisdom has been earned as a result of your bravery and the adventure of your life. The experiences of battles won and lost, places discovered, tears shed, and joy revealed have placed you in a unique position to be of service to others. Every single thing and every single moment that you've been through, every pain, every loss, every moment of abandonment, every feeling, every thought, has manifested as a conglomerate of this moment that you can be the leader that somebody else is looking for. Just like at one point you were looking for somebody to look up to, looking for somebody to lead you, looking for somebody that had the same experiences as you, looking for somebody to lead you out of the darkness of an area that you couldn't see your way out of. There are other people that are looking for you to do the same for them. And you can't do that if you're just not being. Accidentally flip to home. Be home with yourself. Be comfortable in yourself. Understand that you belong. You belong because there are people that need you in this world. And even if they aren't in front of you yet, they're coming up. They might be being born. They might be your own children. They could be children you adopt, that you foster, that you mentor. There are people in this world that are looking to you as an authority figure, as someone to help them and lead them and show them the way. There are people out there that are looking for your presence, that want your presence, that want your being, that want your knowledge, that want your guidance. They need your guidance and your knowledge. And you're simply waiting for things to happen. Just be. 21. Field of dreams. Your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are always engaging the vast field of pure potential. This is the perfect time to harness the field of vast potential not yet realized in your own life. Great abundance is yours if you're willing to do the work alongside the gentle gardener. Not have them do it for you, alongside. The world is your oyster. Every thought and feeling and belief that you have are working in harmony to manifest that which you want. And they're working in harmony, whether one is good and one is bad and the other is good, or one is good and one is bad and one is bad, or all are bad or all are good. They're all working in harmony to manifest what you want. So if you have an imperfect manifestation, it's probably because you thought this, but then you felt another thing and you believed yet another thing. You have to get your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs on one accord. On one accord. On one accord. To manifest things in truly the way that you want them to manifest. Talisman in reverse, 49. A lesson truly learned is crystallized as earned wisdom. You have all you need for the success you seek. A reverse talisman card warns that you must be aware of the repetitive patterns in your life. What are you repeating? What cycles are you repeating? What people are you continuously allowing in your life? What situations are you continuously allowing in your life? Because they could be different people, but the same situation. It could be the exact same person, just in different people that you're allowing in your life. Sometimes the things that feel most familiar carry with them the reminders of what you don't want to experience again. Yet here you are faced with an important choice. You can move forward cautiously, or you can look for another path that will take you in a new direction. Consider this. If you've fallen down a hole a few times, why wouldn't you walk around the hole this time? If you know where the hole is, why would you walk that same path right into it? If you know the hole has treasure and wisdom, then why would you not go to it? Okay, it says, although the universe is unlimited, every individual path has some limitations. Accepting that not all avenues are available to you at this time is a powerful realization. That said, you don't have to retrace your steps either. No matter what, you're on this path to gain greater wisdom, regardless of the choices that you make. This is the time to ask others who have been here before for advice and assistance. Their wisdom will be awakened to you. Just like you got to ask other people for wisdom, other people are looking to you for wisdom. That's why you have to be. That's why you have to recommit to yourself and your betterment. That's why you can't stay stagnant and solely rely on the spiritual or the physical world. Spirit of place, number 4. It's the bottom deck energy. Spirit of place. Authenticity is the essence of power. Our ancient ancestors believed that every place has a spirit looking after it or embodying it. Just as we have a soul, the plants, trees, birds, mountains, and rivers have their own essences. When the spirit of place arrives in your reading, it says that the answer to your query is in the overarching theme of your circumstances. Release. Is your question about struggle? The answer is to relax and let go. Release. Of your need to control the situation. Release. If your inquiry relates to finding love, then embody love rather than looking for it and longing for it. Be love. Be that which you're looking for. Once you find the essential truth that underlies your question, then name it. You'll discover the answer you've been seeking. Your greatest power is your authenticity. Be authentic with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Be open with yourself. Other people look to you and they like the honesty that dwells within you. the authenticity that dwells within you, you do that for other people, but you won't do it for yourself. Why is that? Be authentic with yourself. You got 12 here and 21 here. Mirrors. You got a 4 here, 40 here, and 49. You got a 21 there, and in the last reading you had 21. Be authentic with yourself. You got a 4 here, 4 here, and a 4 here. There's a 9 in this one, and there's a 9 at the end of that one. You got all bunch of 2s here, 2s here. The 4 matches that 4. There's another 2 here. The 2 matches that 2. The 6 there matches that 6 over there. You have all these signs and synchronicities to just do better and be. The best thing you can do right now, since y'all is, you're so concerned with doing something. You know what you can do, you can be. You say, I really want someone to love me in my life. Well, be love. I really want somebody to be honest with me in my life. Be honesty. I really want somebody to trust me, and I want somebody I can trust. Be trust. I really want to be successful in my life. Be success. I want to be happy. Be happy then. Nobody's just going to bring it and drop it in your lap. Be happy. I want someone to commit to me. Be commitment. I want somebody to be truthful with me. Be truth. Embody that what you're looking for right now. You're looking for a partnership? Be a partner. You're looking for fulfillment? Be fulfillment. You're looking for better? Be better. Be. Release and be. Those are your buzzwords to take from this reading. Release and be. Right now, you're so focused on doing because you haven't released. And because you haven't released, you don't have room to be. Release those people and those things that are no longer serving you. And then be those things that you want to be and those things that you want to serve you. Release and be. Release and be. Love, light, and blessings to you, and I'll see you in a future video.